Well, dang. I forgot to change the title. I wonder if I can still do that. Let me see here. Let me see. Hey guys, how's it going? I forgot to change let me do this here. Leave site? No, I'm not going to leave site. Anyway, dang. This was going to be a Noodle Chat. I forgot to change the title. Oh man, that blows. Let's see if I'm gonna change it. I may have to go back. Let me see here. I'm gonna leave and I'll be back. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I think it's got it right this time. Anyway, hi guys. Been messing with my computer all day today. I set up a new web page. Got to check that out. If you get a chance, go to stevemcgrew.com. I made a new web page, all kind of stuff all over it. Links, videos, and today it's Noodle Chat. It's a noodle chat. I made this is what we got tonight. Pot noodles, Bombay bad boy. Supposed to be pretty spicy. I don't know. I have never had these before. So I just followed all the instructions. And then you add this. Add some hot sauce. Unleash what's inside. So I added it. I may regret that, but I added it. Let me get out some chopsticks here. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, what up, Pickles? The poor conservative, what's going on? Chop, chop, chop. Tear the top off this thing. I'll let you guys. Let's see what we got. Let me do a little stirring here. Hopefully this is enough. Yeah, it looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Looking nasty. It looks nasty. So guys that never been here before, welcome to Noodle Chat. This is where I cook noodles, eat noodles, and we talk about just stuff. I don't know if I've let it soak long enough. Kind of clumpy. I got them kind of clumpy. Let me take a bite here and see if they're ready. I might throw them back in the. Ooh, they got some kick to them. Let me throw these in for just a quick second, and I will be right back. Just want them cooked a little longer. Less cooking. Hey, good to see you too, Squeaky. Guys, hold on. I will be right back. Throw it in the microwave. I will be right there. And then we'll eat some noodles. If you've got noodles at your house, run, put them in your microwave, boil some up. We eat some noodles together. I probably should have announced that I was going to do this earlier, but I didn't because I didn't think about it. But Janet is going to have dinner with one of her girlfriends, and I thought, you know what? I got to cook at the house anyway. I'm going to make some noodles, and we will chat about it. So be right back. I want to dance with somebody. Ooh, I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who likes noodles. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, it's smoking. It's smoking now. Who's from where? Let me see who's from what. We got we got YouTube going. We got Periscope going, which means I think Twitter has got it too. I'm still in Facebook jail. Those bastards. I think I have 15, 16 more days in Facebook jail. So, oh, good singing. I want to dance with somebody. Want to eat some ramen with somebody. Noodle sounds good. Damn it, Janet. Hello. Do us a dance while we're waiting. There we go. I want to dance with somebody. Okay, I have never had these before, and as I was showing you guys, people joining, this is pot noodles. I think last time I did Noodle Chat, somebody like, oh yeah, from the UK was like, oh yeah, those are great. That's where I got these noodles. Was at a UK store. There's a store here in Colorado that specializes in all UK products, and so I picked up these noodles because I've never had them before, and I like the fact that it said, like, you know, bad boy, and there's a pepper with a race car. So it has to be good. Jinx, what's up? Kalamazoo, Michigan is in the house. Where's everybody from tonight? Go ahead and type me up a where you're from. Oh, I feel like Andy Griffith with a Ritz cracker. That's some good stuff right there. Whew. Where the hell is Larry? Bring on Larry. Larry, Larry is in the basement, I think. He's still hiding in the basement. Some of you guys may know we had a sad weekend around here this weekend. Butterfly, our dog of 10 years, our little teacup poodle, who a lot of you guys know as Liberal Lassie. She coughed one night. She coughed all night, and so the next day I took her to the vet, and they said, "Ooh, I think she has an enlarged heart. It looks like she has an enlarged heart. We need to send you to a specialist." So that next night she had a coughing fit. I took her to the emergency room at 9 o'clock at night, and I was there till 2 o'clock in the morning while they treated her and got her kind of stabilized and everything. And then I took her to a cardiologist the next day, and she was having heart and lung trouble, and she did not make it. Liberal Lassie, Butterfly, passed away. And so we had a rough weekend. But, you know, we got 10 years with her. She was the sweetest dog ever. A lot of you guys know, you've seen her in the video. She's on 2 of my albums. She's on the cover of my brand new comedy album called Toxic Masculinity. It's a picture of me holding Butterfly on the cover. And then the last album I did before was called One Sick Puppy. And it was basically talking about me being a sick puppy, but she was on the inside of the album because the bit was about dogs throwing up in the night. And she had done that a couple of times. So anyway, that was the weekend, and it's been rough. Janet's been sad. That's why I was glad that she was going to go out with her girlfriends tonight and have a little dinner. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. A lot of you guys donated to the Butterfly Fund because we didn't know she was in the hospital for 3 days, and the bills just kept getting bigger and bigger. And every day they're like, "Well, we're going to do this. We're going to put her on this. We're going to try to clear her lungs with this." And you know what was really cool and sad at the same time? We went to visit her because they said we're going to give her another 24 hours on the medicine, and we went to visit. And Butterfly's blind. She was blind there toward the end. We went into where she was. They had her in an oxygen tank cell. It was a clear block, but it was oxygen. And we were like, "Butterfly!" And she just sets up. She starts looking around like this, and her little tail started to wag. And she recognized our voice, but she was trying to smell the air. So I think she totally recognized us. She got excited. Janet took it out, held her for a minute, and she started to cough again. So we were going to put her back in the oxygen tank there. And I gave her a big hug and told her to get well. And we loved her. Well, we drove home. We hadn't been home an hour. They called us and said, "She's coughing up blood. She's not going to make it. You guys should come back here right now if you want to be here." So that's when we got in the car, ran back, and she, like I said, she was done. Janet got to be in the room with her, and I saw her, but I couldn't wait to the very end. I had to step out. I couldn't be there for the final thing. Janet did. Janet held her. God bless her. And but the vet told Janet that she thought Butterfly held on until she got to see us one more time. And it's going to make me tear up right now. She got to hold out because she went like that, like right after she saw us. She was kind of like it was her deal. She wanted to see us, little love, little affection. You guys were great, been good to me. And then she was gone. But, it was great life, great dog. Almost every picture in this house, because Janet and I have been together going on 11 years, and Butterfly was 11 years old. I bought Butterfly when my other dog, I had American Eskimo named Applesauce, and she had gotten really sick and was probably not going to make it. And so I picked up Butterfly to be like her partner, like help her and be nice and friends and have a buddy. And then when one dog passed, there would be one that would be like, "Okay, you'll help me through this." And that's what Butterfly was, to help me get through the loss of another dog. So that's what's the start of Butterfly. So Butterfly has been there completely through Janet and I's relationship. And last night, Janet, we were laying in bed and she was all teary and she said, "I think I got to get another dog." I wasn't going to. I didn't want to. I didn't think I ever wanted to go through this again. But she goes, and this is a quote. She goes, "I have a hole in my heart and I need to fill it." So today she started looking for dogs to adopt, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to adopt instead of buy. So guys, I appreciate it. So you guys I'm so sorry to make you cry. Squeaky, Jinx, I just thought you guys might want to know what was going on. So anyway, you guys donated, and it was awesome. Awesome. The bill was, we ended up having almost a $4,000 bill, which we still have to pay, even though the dog didn't make it. I mean, I understand that. But I've been basically unemployed for a year because the cruise ships aren't going. So a club now and then, or album sales. I do have my album out there. So I had a little bit of income. But you guys were awesome. You guys paid almost just about half of that bill. So thank you to the McGrew crew. Thank you to the guys I call the McGroupies. Thank you. You guys were awesome. There was PayPal link on Twitter, and you guys just were clicking it, and that is, thank you guys. So anyway, enough with the sad talk. Got to talk about these noodles. They're very spicy. Butterfly would have hated them. She hated spicy. Turn bad boy in 4 minutes. They're pretty tasty. I'm sorry, so I see the things over here. You're gonna make me cry. I'm sorry. I apologize for you guys. I just thought you might want to know the story. I know some of you guys have been there from the beginning, the whole thing. So I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. Matter of fact, I turned on a feature. Somebody said, "That's awesome, Steve. Never saw it. Been banned from Twitter since August of 17. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I've been banned from Twitter now several times. I think Squeaky said I quit Twitter on Inauguration Day. A lot of people did. My Twitter numbers, I lost, oh man, I guess 1,000 followers or so. I know I was talking to Cat Turd, and he lost hundreds of thousands of followers. And I think a lot of people just went, I quit, I'm done, I'm out. You know, I'm done, I'm going somewhere else, going to Gab, I'm going to, well, I'd gone to Parler, and Parler, you know, was gone. So I've moved over to Gab now too. So I'm on Gab. If you haven't been there, you're going to go there, go over to Gab. I like Gab. It's the closest thing. Actually like Gab better than Parler because it's the closest thing to Twitter the way in the interface, the way you click, or you can you know, it doesn't say retweet, but you can hit this little circle that reposts it. Abe says, I like to add tuna and dried seaweed spicy noodles. I do that sometimes too. A lot of times I'll take a hard-boiled egg, which I should do that now. Good idea. Grab a hard-boiled egg and put it in my noodles. Be right back. I love hard-boiled eggs, so I keep them around. I'm going to throw one in right now. Boop. There we go. There's a hard-boiled egg. Thanks for the reminder. That's awesome. Okay, guys, I'm back. Love spicy, made gumbo, burned going in, going through, coming out. It's been nicknamed the cleanser. I love gumbo. I love Cajun food. I love anything spicy. Any food that's spicy. There used to be a place here in Denver that was called, I think it was called Firehouse or something like that, but it was all spicy food. Everything on the menu was spicy from around the world. It wasn't just, it was like spicy Mexican, spicy Chinese, spicy Thai, spicy. It was all the menu was like that. It was great. And it didn't make it. I'm shocked. I mean, I would hope there's enough people that love spicy food, but there wasn't enough to keep a whole restaurant going. But I went 2 or 3 times. So it looks to me like I've got more people that are watching on YouTube Live than on Twitter Live, that's cool. I appreciate that. Teresa says, look into pet insurance with your new dog. Definitely going to do that. We talked about that. We are definitely going to do that with the new dog. We had it on the other dog, but it was it was always when you file something, they were always like, well, that part's not covered. It needed to be this, or, you know, we wouldn't have the teeth cleaned. Well, yeah, we had the teeth cleaned because the vet said they needed to be cleaned. Well, it wasn't an emergency and it wasn't a health, so that part's not covered. So you've really got to check everything you do in those pet insurance. And we're going to look into it deeper and harder on the next one. Mud Rabbit said, hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. Hit that like button. This, I'm going to try something I haven't done before. It says I can invite people into the video. Am I late? You're no, if you made it, Mud Rabbit, you're okay. It said invite guests. Let's see how this works. I'm going to do this, and let's see how this invite guests. There, I've pasted it, and we'll see if some of you guys want to jump into the video. That would be awesome, and we'll go back and forth and chat for a second. American Reply guy said restaurants are hard. Yeah, don't most of them fail? There's a certain time period, like if you don't make it, that's kind of considered the time period. You get this much to make it, or you don't. But Teresa says that sounds just like People Insurance. I think it's a lot like People. It's basically the same company. It was like a division of Mutual of Omaha. Mud Rabbit said, not tonight. I'm in my PJs. I do this stuff in my PJs all the time. Actually, I did a TV interview. I'm going to be doing a show in Grand Junction, Colorado this Saturday. And I had a TV interview with the local TV channel this morning, a Zoom interview. And I was in shirt and pajama pants. It's like, oh yeah, I'm on TV. Like, oh yeah, this is great. I'm looking so excited to be coming to Grand Junction. It's been a while. I love the Mesa Theater. It's beautiful. And the whole time I'm in pajama pants. But it looks basically like this. Most restaurants fail within the first 5 years. Somebody said 6 months to a year. I would think a lot of people don't have a lot of money when they start a restaurant to hold out long. Oh, I missed one here. Abe says, have you considered that your other original cat might be a serial killer? Just thinking out loud. Could be. We lost Rain, my cat, 2 months ago. He died. And then this weekend lost Butterfly, and Pooh Bear, which is the 15-year-old cat, is still around. You might be onto something. Doing dishes. Oh, come on. Somebody wants to come on and jump in here. Come on now. We'll just share a video for just a quick second. I'm going to throw it up there again. Boom. There's only 22 of us. You know, it's so weird because I'm banned on Facebook. Normally I do these on Facebook Live, and I'll get 2,000 or 3,000 people. Seriously, 2 or 3, because I have 25,000 followers on Facebook. So when I do these noodle chats like this on Facebook, sometimes, like I said, 2,000 or 3,000 views, and it's just, tonight is an intimate little thing with you guys. Mud Rabbit says, my cat owns my house. She rents to me. The new cat that we got, Bobo, his real name is Rainbow, but we call him Bobo. He was a $10 cat. And by that, I mean, I went to adopt him from the Aurora Animal Shelter here in Colorado. and they were having I didn't even know it. The day that I was there was a $10 day. He was neutered, got all of his shots, everything, and it was a $10 donation. And they're like, "Here's your cat." And he has become he's become the ruler of this house. He runs up and down the stairs. I've never seen a cat play with toys like this. I've never been around a year. He's a year old, so I've never been around a young one that just plays and jumps. And he's on the table. He's on the cabinet. He knocks a ball around. It's in the middle of the night. You'll hear him just knocking toys. I caught him this afternoon trying to climb the curtains. They're crazy. Start a liberal Larry. I have a liberal Larry. Liberal Larry has his own Facebook page. And what Facebook has done, I guess because all the phone numbers are tied together, like liberal Larry, Tucker the Trucker, conservative, conspiracy theory Carl, all of them, my dirt fishing, my metal detecting page, all of them are tied together. So when I got in trouble, they locked all my pages. Every page, at which I think I have about 10 or so altogether on Facebook, they locked all my pages, every one of them. So they've gotten smarter about how you've been able to go around. Like, okay, lock that. I'll still go post over here. Nah. Teresa says, my cat has a little Hitler mustache. Zelda says, the thought of me live streaming scares me. No, you just kind of come on like this and talk. Everybody, if you're on your phone, you got your camera. I'm doing this on my laptop. A lot of times I do it on my phone. But I think it still says hot cup of common sense. Oh, it does. Yeah. I'm looking right now. See, it says hot cup of common sense. We're live, but I didn't change the name in time. So, oh, well, it's not noodle. It's, it's a hot cup of noodle common sense chat. Yeah. Yeah, Kim, you're right. Don't be scared of anything. That's one of the things that I've learned over the years of performing. I used to get nervous before I got on stage. You can't make everybody happy. You just have to have fun. I like to go up, speak my mind, tell some jokes that I write. And there's nothing better than making a room full of strangers laugh at something that you thought of. Like, I thought of this. That's what I like about Twitter too, is I write stuff for Twitter, and if it gets a lot of response, a lot of likes or retweets, like that joke's going in my act. Mud Rabbit says, ramen, the staple of college kids everywhere. That is true. That is true. I see that Kira's saying Signal and Telegraph are also good. I have both of them. I use Telegraph only to watch the Dilly show. I like watching Dilly's stuff because Dilly posts on Telegraph, and I can keep up with what stuff's going on over there. So that's why I use Telegraph. But Signal, I don't really. It's just another messaging service. Jinx says, "Okay, got to hit the shower." What? Jim says, do you find it difficult these days how comedy and comedians has changed? Yes. They've changed. The attitude of some of the clubs have changed, but there's certain, I haven't changed. I believe comedy should be real and funny. And if you watch a lot of younger new comics, they're always like, you ever noticed? And then there's no joke. There's no punchline. You have to have a punchline. Something is a joke. Comedy is you make fun of something. But nowadays, the whole woke thing is like, oh, you made fun of. Oh, yeah, that's what a joke is. A joke has a punchline. You are making fun of something, someone, an object, a company. You are making a joke about it. You are making them the butt of the joke. So a lot of younger guys just do things that like, don't you hate it when you're driving and it's an icy road? Ooh, that's scary, isn't it? And people are like, oh yeah, I agree. That's very scary. So new comedy sucks for the most part. And I think that's why a lot of the new guys and the late night guys turned into just total Trump bashing. I mean, every late night show was just basically, doesn't Trump suck? Don't Trump supporters suck? Don't this suck? And because they couldn't make fun of anything else, or they'd be like, we're having our sponsors cancel this show. Cancel me. You know, at this point, cancel me. I've got you guys. I've got a few live shows. I've got clubs that still love me, and I go and I work. And I think there's a lot more of us. There's a lot more of us than there is of them. And I think they've just been louder for a while. Teresa says, comedy sucks, but I love your comedy. See, thank you. I appreciate that. And Kira says, it's true. 4 years of Trump bashing. That's all they've done. I mean, if you look at, go back and look at the great comics, like Bud Rabbit said, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, any of those guys, they would have been canceled immediately by the standards of today. I mean, some of Eddie Murphy Raw had some of the funniest, nastiest, most probably homophobic stuff you've ever seen in your life. But at the time, you're like, holy crap, I can't believe he said that. Well, nowadays, you're like, I can't believe he said that. He needs to be canceled. See the difference? Everybody used to be able to take a joke. You had to be, when I was little, you know, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That's what, words are not going to hurt you. Words, you could either laugh or don't laugh. That's what comedy is. If you didn't find it funny, don't laugh. If you didn't find it funny, don't be like, we need to cancel him. He should not be allowed to ever speak to anybody ever again. He should have his job taken away and his family should suffer and die. It's a bunch of bubble wrap pussies. And we, you know, we did it. We raised them. I won't say we, because my son, I have a son, and I actually think he's a pretty decent kid, good, hardworking kid, married with kids. And he's not one of those. So I just think, but there was so many of us that let things slide. Conservatives have always been like, you know what? I don't want to get involved with it. I'm staying out of it. People leave me alone. Let me do my thing. Well, we left people alone, and they started stealing our rights and started coming down on us. See, they want to control us. We've never wanted to control them. We just want, it's like live and let live. Go do your thing. You know what? I was the same way. I don't smoke, and I have never, ever smoked in my life. But when Denver started passing these things about it, you can't smoke indoors, you know, if you don't want to go to a place where there's smoke, don't go there. And I know a lot of people, y'all probably will disagree too, because I know a lot of people don't want to go sit and smoke. But it should be a choice. We've gotten past things where things are a choice. Do you want to go to that restaurant because you know they smoke there? Nah, let's go somewhere else. Do you see what I'm saying? I just think we just let them tell us what to do again, and we're like, oh, whatever. And now we're at the point, we're on a teetering point of America where I'm not sure how it's going to work out. Tim said, I've upped my mocking skills, learned from 45. I think a lot of people have. And I think that's one good thing that Trump taught us all. Stand up for what you believe in. Fight for it. Just fight for it. Don't just let it slide. Go down to the school, say, I don't like this. Go down to the city hall, say, I don't want this in my neighborhood. He taught us to be fighters. We're for a long time. I think liberals tried to scare us too into silence. That they were so much into, you know, if you say that, we'll report you to HR and you could be fired. So don't even bring that up. I know I had a friend. This is one of my favorite HR. Friend got called into HR was sharing a cubicle, and the HR person said, your cubicle mate is offended by your language. She thinks that you cuss too much in the cubicle. So we're going to have to write you up. And so my friend goes, that's all you have to be is offended? That's it? If you're offended, you get reported? And she goes, well, that's how we have to keep a paper trail. She goes, okay, well then I'm offended by her because she's pregnant and I'm not married, and that offends me because I'm a Christian. And she's like, what? She goes, write it down. I want to see you write it down. You said all I have to be is offended. She's pregnant, not married. That offends me. Write it down. And she actually made the HR lady write it on the other lady's book that she was offended by the, I know that's weird and it's kind of petty, but that's what it comes down to. You have to fight fire with fire. Laura said they think we're all afraid of being labeled. Well, we were for a long time. We were afraid of being labeled because they used every one of those races, homophobic, xenophobic. Remember Hillary? Oh, you can put them all by half of them into a basket of deplorables. Kira says, this is true. Give them a dose of their own medicine. That's right. Start reporting them. Start turning them in. Make sure they're reporting. They've said way worse stuff than anything that, how about it with like wanting Trump dead or Trump supporters dead. But you're right. Somebody's an idiot. I thought Maxine Waters was an idiot. Blocked, harassed. You were making this an unsafe environment here on Twitter. That's right. Oh, man, Mark, the smelly Walmart people. Yeah. Bud says, label me. I laugh out loud. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care anymore either. I used to worry about it back in the 90s when I was in Hollywood. I lived in Hollywood for a while. I was with a big agency out there. They were so worried back in the early days of PC of like, I was still a conservative. I was making fun of Bill Clinton. I had all these jokes about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. And they were like, you can't do this out here. You can't do this. This is, they don't want to hear these kind of jokes. I go, yeah, but I do these in the middle of America. I can go to Arkansas and get a standing ovation on these jokes. But I come to LA and they're like, oh, don't say that. So basically what Hollywood was doing from the 90s on was dictating what you guys got to see. I was up for an HBO special back in the 90s, and they said no because, and this was a quote, they didn't want to give me a platform for my hate speech, which hate speech was only because I'm like, hey, right and wrong. These things are right and wrong. What Bill Clinton was wrong. I don't care if he had sex with Monica Lewinsky. He just shouldn't go on and perjure himself. And they're like, oh, no. See, you can't talk like that. So basically, from the 90s to where we are now, put us in the situation that we are now. Teresa says, I'm getting a chemical suit with a gas mask so I can start shopping again. I know. I'm so ready to get out. And there's something else. If we criticize the mask laws or we talk about COVID, we can be knocked off this thing because they think we're spreading disinformation. I've had it. I'm alive. My brother had it. He's alive. My brother's son has had it. He got sick and got well. My nephew's wife got it while she was pregnant. She got sick, felt run down and tired, and stayed in bed for a week. But she got better. So there's a lot of fear that goes on with this stuff, and that's a control. They control with fear. Whatever you're afraid, I'm afraid. I don't want to. Oh, don't go outside. Oh, I'm gonna drive with my mask on. So Mud said, I had it still here. Teresa, that's pretty funny. Teresa says she's gonna get a blow up dinosaur outfit. I've seen those T-Rex, like the big blow up thing. It's all entire body. You can go out shop in one of those. AK Laura said, you follow the one ways at the grocery store? No, and I just did a video about that. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Janet and I went out, finally got out because she was like, I got to get out of the house. I'm depressed about butter. We went to Home Goods, and there was all the arrows on each aisle. And I was videoing people that were going the wrong way on the aisle. Like, they're not paying attention. They're killing people. Look at this. You got to pay attention. And then at one intersection, there was an arrow and an arrow going like this. It goes, because COVID knows which direction to go. It knows to go this way and turn right here. That's how smart COVID is. Oh. Jim said, it's amazing how the flu is non-existent this year. Isn't it? It's totally. But at the same time, I've seen on TV, them like, make sure you get your flu vaccines. Make sure you still get your flu vaccines. Okay. Is it going to help? Is it get rid of it? Kim said, I never complied to the COVID nation. The only reason I've complied with the mask, I don't know, have it with me. Normally I wear a bandana. I wear a bandana all the time anyway. Normally I like bandanas from the cowboy days. I can just pull it up. But I don't want to be hassled. If I just want to run into a store, get a lottery ticket, I don't want somebody, hey, you can't come in here. You don't have a mask on. Here you go. Shut up. I just don't want to be mess with it. I'm just ready for it to go away, if you know what I mean. I just did a video on how many people have died after the vaccine. Hell no, I'm not getting the vaccine. That's from Teresa. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. This isn't Propel watermelon water, which is one of my favorite. I love Propel watermelon. So I buy these, I drink this, and let me show you this. I love these things. This A&W root beer. This is sugar-free. It's delicious. You tear it open, you put it in a bottle of water, and it tastes exactly, I swear, exactly like root beer, like A&W root beer. So it's sugar-free, no calories, and it's delicious. I found it on Amazon. I ordered several cases of it because I drink about 3 or 4 of these a day to be hydrated. But this is awesome. So if you get a chance, Google, look up A&W root beer, sugar-free root beer drink mix. You will thank me. You will thank me. Oh, Squeaky says, yes, I've had those. They're amazing, aren't they? Well, Laura, here's the other thing about the vaccine. We're talking about the vaccine. Does it have fake sugar? You know, I honestly don't know. I just know it's no sugar. There's let me see here. No, it just says 0 sugar, includes 0 added sugars. You know, I don't. It just says artificial flavors and all that kind of stuff. Google it and check out all the ingredients if you need to know about the fake sugar, because I'm not really sure. It just says artificial stuff. But what I was going to say about the vaccine is because I work on cruise ships and have for 7 years, a cruise ship comic, and cruise ships aren't going out right now. But there's a rumor they may go out later this summer. If they do, they want us vaccinated by required. I mean, required. If I don't do it, won't get work. So I may have to get that vaccine anyway. Everybody else, everybody in my family shouldn't say everybody. My brother's done it. His wife's done it. My mom's done it. They've all been vaccinated. My brother's son has done it because he works at a hospital, so they had to get it. So who knows? I just don't want to believe all the conspiracy theories about the vaccine, because I do in my heart, and you guys too. Trump was pushing this. What was, he pushing the vaccine. He got it done, and I really think there's good there. He's done good. I don't want to believe he fell into like, ooh, we're going to stick stuff in the vaccine and we're going to sterilize everybody, because those are all fake rumors. By the way, I've looked that up. I'm sure some of you guys have too. That's, and every vaccine is going to have some kind of side effect for somebody, because not everybody. It's like perfume, I mean, or cologne, you put it smells different on everybody because of your body makeup. Everybody, and I think it's the same way. A vaccine works for the majority of the people, and yes, there probably is going to be one or two that Anom looked up the ingredients on the A&W, and it says it contains saccharose and something else that I can't pronounce as sweeteners. It's in the comments there. You guys want to check it out. So anyway, yeah. So there's going to be good and bad about the whole thing. Vaccines. I just want it to be over. But you guys have already noticed how much they're already cutting back. Kids should go back to school. Kids need to go back to school. Well, where was all this when Trump was president? Lynn Jonah, hello, from Germany. That is awesome. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We're eating noodles and we're talking. And for the people that did just join us, this is the noodles we're having tonight. Pot noodles. Bombay bad boy. They're spicy. They're not as spicy as I've had in the past. I've got some that are super spicy. Let me go. I'll grab those real quick and I'll show you which is the spiciest ones I've ever had. This is the spiciest ones I've ever had. We'll do these again one night. 2 times spicy. I have to get these from an actual Korean store here. These will melt your beehole. But they're delicious. So if you get a chance, grab some of those, try those. Teresa says, I wasn't a Trump fan either, but Trump kept promises Biden has already broken. How many has he made? Typical politician. Yeah. Did you see the video? I posted it on Twitter of the Biden video with him and Jill before the Super Bowl. And Biden says like 2 words, and then Jill does the entire spill. Like, what? Can he not talk, or is she just a stage hawk? That's what I'm trying to figure out. A lot of people say she's his keeper and taps him on the leg when he starts to go, oh, what day is it? But to me, it seems like she wants to be the star. Like, I am doctor. Call me a doctor. Well, Dr. Seuss, okay, whatever, Dr. Pepper. But don't you think it's weird the media wants you to call her doctor every time? Like she's more important than Melania was. No, she's not. And I think it's ridiculous how they made Melania out to be like, don't put her on any covers, don't use her as fashion magazines, don't write articles about her. And now Kamala Harris' stepdaughter, who looks like, I don't know, looks like the guy from the Trailer Park Boys, gets offered a modeling contract. This is what beauty, God dang it. No, it's not. That's what we put on the ice box to remember not to eat. American replies said, "I'm probably the only one talking on Twitter live." You might be. I see a lot of YouTube going by. I think it's hysterical, but I love that because Twitter and Periscope are together. They do it together. But I have many more followers on YouTube and Facebook. Laura says, "Wasn't Biden's smile creepy in that video?" It was very, very creepy. And you know, if you look at that video really close, it's her video quality is higher than his video quality. It's like his face has a little bit of fuzz to it where she's clear. And I was thinking, and I didn't say it till somebody else goes, "I think that's been green screened. I think they've been put together in this video." You know, the way they're doing things, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt anything that they wouldn't. You know, how'd they bring the actors from the Star Wars movies back? You know, the dead actors are now back in the new Star Wars movie. Maybe there's something going on there. Maybe there's some Hollywood magic going on. Goontune, Gab got 30 plus new members in 1 month. I think they got like 30 million. Oh, yeah, that's right, 30 million. I see it up there. 30 million in 1 month. That's what bogged them down. I use Gab a lot now. Liberal Larry's on Gab. Tucker the Trucker is on Gab. I haven't done much with Tucker on there. I do more with Tucker on Twitter because I just do. And my Remasculate podcast, which I need to record a new podcast. It's been like a month or so since I've done a podcast, so I need to get on that. I was talking about, I think, let's see, recently I had Nick Searcy on my podcast. I had Steve Sharippa from Blue Bloods on my podcast. I've been trying to find some new one. I think I'm going to get Benton Blunt, the singer that was on America's Got Talent. I think I'm going to get him on again soon. I'm 21 years old. I hate Biden. There's hope for the future. There's hope for the future. Oh, Kim says, "Love Nick." Oh, me too. Nick was a great guest. If you get a chance, go back, find my Remasculate podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you get podcasts, and look up Nick Searcy's. We had a lot of fun. Oh, one of the ones I had Scott Adams on. Scott Adams was on my podcast, and we had a great time. Fun guy, good time. I was a cartoonist before I did stand up, so he and I were talking about cartoons and how I tried to get a syndicated cartoon and what I should have done. Good guy, great interview. A few weeks later, he blocks me on Twitter. I have no idea why. No idea why he blocked me on Twitter. I don't know if it was a mistake, or he didn't like a joke that I made, or reply to one of his, or he didn't like what I have no idea. But everybody goes, "Oh, Scott's just weird. He does that to a lot of people." Well, it kind of hurt my feelings. I was a big fan. As a cartoonist, I was a fan of Dilbert for years. And when I finally was like, you know, Scott, he friended me, or followed me, I should say, on Twitter. And then it became like, "Oh, dude, that's, I'm a big fan, and it was cool." So I have no idea why he blocked me. Kim says, "Dude, you're such a big shot." No, I've been lucky. I've been really, really lucky. I'm just a guy. You know what? It's kind of like I've met a lot of country singers in my life, and I know a few rock and rollers that I've met in my life. And country singers are always super nice. Seems like rock stars have I'm a rock star, I'm bigger than life. And the country stars that I met, like Dolly Parton, when I worked for Dolly, was like, "Oh gosh, I'm so glad you like me. Thanks for buying my albums." They're just people. We're like everybody else, except we have some sort of talent or some kind of. And Dolly had always told me when I used to open her act, be nice to your fans because they're the reason you're here. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. They wouldn't buy your albums, or they wouldn't buy your tickets, or they wouldn't come see you, or whatever. So I've learned that I'm just lucky. I love what I do. I love writing jokes. I love making people laugh. I used to enjoy drawing cartoons to make people laugh. I just feel like, and I get a lot of stuff from you guys. If as a comic and an entertainer, you have to listen. You have to know what's going on. You have to hear conversations. You have to be involved with people. So I enjoy talking to people and interacting because it gives me ideas and, why not? A Gnome says, Scott is the only person to the right of Antifa that has blocked me. What kind of work did you do for Dolly? I was Dolly Parton's opening act. I did stand-up. I toured with her for a year as her opening act. And then I came back and did Elvis in her show. A lot of people, I'm going to see if I can find this real quick. I used to look like Elvis because I had big, tall hair. I think I have a picture here somewhere. Actually, if I don't find it, you can actually Google it. If you Google Steve McGrew and Dolly Parton, our picture comes up. But it's not. This is the picture I was thinking of. But there's me with Dolly and my wife. Dolly came through town, and I called her, and she said, "Bring your wife down." She was performing in town on Janet's birthday, so she said, "Bring Janet down," and she gave her the VIP treatment. So that's what that. Let me see if I can find this now. Oh, here it is. That's me with Dolly. That was me. See? You ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Ow! See, so there was that. I did stand up, then I came back out as Elvis, and we did an Elvis number together because she had like a 1950s medley in the middle of the show. So that's what that was. So yes, guys, I love the Elvis hair. That's when I had more hair. I had a lot of hair that would stand up. I don't have enough to stand up. I just let it grow out now. But that's yeah. So I've been lucky. I've done stand up now going on over 30 years, and somebody said I just screenshot that. Wow, you look so not like you. My mother has always said that I could commit a crime and change my hair and nobody would know it was me, because over the years I have done short hair, long hair, bright red hair, pompadour. I had almost a shaved head. I had a crew cut for a while. I was trying to see if I had any more of the older pictures handy, but I don't think I do. Oh, I need to post more of those on like throwback Thursday photos. Yeah, I don't see any handy. I don't want to sit here and scroll through my pictures trying to. Well, here's another old picture of me. Well, here's another old picture of me. Let me see. I'll just do it real quick. See if one pops up here. Yeah, I used to do a lot of stuff on the Nashville network. I don't know if you guys remember TNN, the Nashville network. I was on that channel a lot back then. I used to do the Crook and Chase show and Music City Tonight, Nashville Now. And they show a lot of those reruns now on us. It's called Circle TV. I actually saw one of my old stand-up sets on that. It was like, oh my God, I don't even do that joke anymore. No, I don't. I'm not seeing any handy right here, but oh wait, here's one. Here's one. Look at that. This was my headshot. This was an acting headshot back in the early 90s. Don't geese out on us. Oh, and now I use my bandana as a bank robber. That's true. So anyway, that's people wonder why I know people or been around for a while. I've done a lot of stuff over the years. Some people that know me from Denver know I was a radio DJ here for 10 years in Denver. I won 3 CMA awards, Country Music Awards, for Best Morning Radio Personality. Used to have them on the mantle, but I got tired of looking at them because I'm like, it doesn't help me. I got 3 awards and nobody's offering me a radio job anymore. I'm sick of looking at them. Get them off the mantle. Maybe one day I'll set up the awards, take a picture, and I'll post it on Twitter. Because it is kind of cool. The actual CMA, just like they do, like Brooks and Dunn gets or George Strait gets. I got 3 of them. Well, guys, I'm running out of noodles. You guys know how this works. Noodle Chat goes. When the noodles are over, the show's over. Sometimes it runs long, sometimes it doesn't. I'm so glad you guys popped in. I love doing this with you guys. I love hanging. Sorry I couldn't get some of you guys to pop on with me. I wanted to have like a little interaction. I finally figured out how to do that. Invite people to come on with you. We'll do it again some other time. Bud Rabbit says, are you going to do this every Monday? Well, I don't know. I could. I should. I should do it more. I should do it at least once a week. Kim says, we love you in Colorado. Thank you. I appreciate that. I should definitely said I'll do this more. Somebody said, oh, it is what it is. Oh, I missed it. Noodle Chat Monday. Pray for Trump and our nation. Definitely pray for Trump and our nation. And definitely pray for our nation. Because if nothing else, we need to get back on track. We need right and wrong. That's one of the things we don't teach anymore. Right and wrong. A lot of people go, well, that's a gray area. No, there's right and wrong. Gray area is what you make. If you do right, there's not going to be that gray area. If you do wrong, you've done wrong. If you lie about it, now you're in the gray area and you're trying to hide it. So I think that's what problem. We need to get back to right and wrong. Teach your kids right and wrong, how to be honest, always be honest. Like my dad I remember my dad telling me when I was a kid, look, might as well tell me. I'm going to find out anyway. If I find out, it's going to be worse. If you tell me, you're still going to be in trouble. It's just not going to be as bad. Here I am. I've never been in trouble. I've never been to prison. I'm looking at Kim. Sorry, I got distracted. Kim says our kids and grandchildren deserve better. Absolutely. We need to get back, Kira said it, we need to get back to teaching morality and ethics. We need to get back to teaching this is wrong. Love everybody. That's the way I grew up. I grew up. It was a colorblind thing. That's how I grew up, because I grew up with the whole, like, in the 70s, Soul Train, Peace Train. Let's all get together. We loved Motown records. We watched Soul Train. Our favorite comic, Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor. There wasn't a color thing. It was just we were all one. And now everybody wants to be divided. Diversity is one of the biggest bullshit things in the world. Diversity is division. Unity is one. And they talk about unity. They talk about we need unity. Well, they're not doing it. They're not trying to be one. We were all trying to be one. Look at Bob Marley and the Wailers. What was their big hit? One love. One love. What the Democrats and the liberals are doing is trying to divide and conquer. That's all it is. If they can divide us, they can control us, they can conquer us. That's all it is. I'm back for one love. I say let's love each other and try to show love, and we'll all get along a whole lot better. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for watching. Seriously, you guys make my night. You make me want to be a better person. You helped me through this weekend with the passing of my dog Butterfly. You are angels on earth, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So stay wonderful, stay healthy, stay true to America. And remember, freedom, freedom, that's the important part. We need our freedom. Love you guys. Get some pot noodles, try them. We'll do this. Tell you what, we'll even make this now. We'll do this next time. You guys will watch me. I will sweat. My wife hates when I eat these because she goes, why do you do it? You're hurting yourself. We will do these next time. So, till next time, freedom! Love you. See ya.